Hello, and welcome to day 2 of Calamity with only one block. Someone is already asking what happened yesterday, and the answer is not very much. So yesterday we started with just this block, and there was a Hellforge that was placed on it, but that broke as soon as I entered the world. And then by using the rope that I got from the starter bag, I was able to bridge over here, get a slime to spawn with some tin ore in it, which then I jumped off the side with, killed with some wolfram knives that I got from wolfram enemies, and then came down here to build a little farm for caverns enemies, where I can start the stream today. And this is going to be the stream for the next, I don't know, 6 or 7 hours probably, most likely. Not today, I'm probably only going to stream for 2 hours today or something, but overall, this is all I can do for the time being. Just wait here for more enemies to spawn. Specifically more slimes with more ore in it, or an undead miner for a full set of the mining armor. A giant shelly to start the day off. Another giant shell. Quick this time. I think I got a hasty one last time, so quick is a little better. I can sell the hasty one. Next time I get a bone trader to spawn, I will sell him this. Yeah, let's turn the auto pause off now. I don't think I need that on anymore. Get anything if Bone Merchant spawns. Is it even the right place for him? I don't know, spawn locations. Yeah, we got Bone Merchant yesterday, which is where I got a bunch of the rope that I've got. I did get one set of rope from a slime before the Bone Merchant spawned, which was nice, because that allowed me to set up a bit more of a permanent farm on the side. I say permanent, it's obviously gone now, so it wasn't that permanent, but that slime got a recall potion in it? Yes. So I now have 2 recall potions. Let's put them where I usually have my recalls. I got another hook as well. I've got a lot of items that are not at all useful until much later in the playthrough. I don't think there's a single thing I can do with these diamonds. Oh, I could make white torches, which I guess are a little lighter than regular ones. But for all of these things, I'm going to need a better workbench than I currently have. You know, if there was actually a way to get glass, this would be a recipe that would be possible because of the Hellforge that I've got. Yeah, let's grab the coins. Is he going to get stuck on ceaseless because the dungeon bricks don't exist? Yeah, I don't need ceaseless. I can just get the crafting recipe for dog using the necroplasm. Kind of like what I did on the low percent run, if you've seen that. The goal is pretty much anything, yeah. The goal is realistically to get more blocks, because that's the thing that allows me to progress much further. Because until I get to King Slime, the only real benefit I can get is more blocks. And I will need to go to Hell at some point to get some better weapons, because there's a couple of drops there from enemies that should be very helpful for taking down King Slime. But that's still going to be a really tough fight, even with the right weapons, because I do only have 100 health, and it is death mode, so. Another hook, which I can't do anything with. I saw a video where someone used Celebration Mark 10 to get infinite blocks. Yes, that was using a few glitches that I won't be using in this. The achievement glitch where if you have the crafting recipe if you have one crafting ingredient, you can make the recipe without having to have all of the ingredients. I won't be using that. Or anything like the transmutation glitch. There is one glitch that will be necessary a little later on, but it's not a very big one, I would say. Yeah, was it Yove that did that, I think? They've been kind of popping off recently, uploading quite a lot of videos. Was it Yove? I'm now second guessing myself. No, Frostburn. I think I was getting confused because they kind of started at the same or similar time in the grand scheme of things. Did I get another gold? No, not yet. But no, Frostburn's videos have been really good so far. They're very new to YouTube, but how many videos have they got? Yeah, like 3 full playthroughs. It went from just fishing to summoner with no minions and no sentries, and then completely empty world, which are 3 pretty tough playthroughs, I must say. And the videos were very entertaining as well, so I'd recommend you guys check those out if you haven't seen them. How are you going to get the Scoria ore? So I will get that by shimmering luminite into Scoria ore, and then using the Hellforge with some hard mode ore to smelt it, which is the reason that I need the Hellforge in the first place. It's technically the only reason I need the Hellforge. Everything else I can get in another way. Like later on, after Moonlord, I'll be able to take down Plantera to get perennial bars from jungle crates, and take down Cryogen to get cryonic bars from boreal crates, or whatever the hard mode version of that is. But Scoria, since I don't have access to Golem or Ravager, is going to be a bigger issue, which is why I need to use the Hellforge. It also helps because it's the only kind of furnace of any type that I'll be able to get before Moonlord, so theoretically you can also shimmer Astral Ore after Deus. Yes, that would be true, but I don't think there's any way to get Astrum Deus in this before Moonlord. Even after Moonlord, I'm a little bit iffy if I'll be able to get the solution from the Steampunker. Can't get dirt or stone before Moonlord. Nope, I cannot. It's probably going to be the longest I've ever been in a skyblock without getting dirt or stone, which makes a really interesting... the solution is just there in the shop, from what I know. Oh, I thought you were saying the solution is in like the answer to your problem, but you meant the solution is in the astral solution. Yeah, that makes sense. But I've got nothing to turn into astral blocks, really, is the issue. So yeah, because I've not got dirt or stone, biomes are going to be really restricted before Moonlord. I basically don't get access to any of the vanilla biomes that require certain blocks. I get like the surface space, the underground caverns, and hell. I think from vanilla that's maybe, well, ocean, but other than that, that's it. I don't get anything like the jungle or the snow biome or the desert biome. Don't get the dungeon, corruption, crimson, none of that. And even in hard mode I won't get the hallowed either. So realistically the only biomes I can get access to before Moonlord are, well, the different layers of the world, the sulphurous sea, certain layers of the abyss, which is a tech that I will get into later. Oh, the slime has iron ore. Let's see how many we get. 4. That's a really disappointing amount, to be honest, but I can expand this a little bit. Oh, I didn't realise that would drop. I thought it would drop as an item. Okay, so we're 1 gold down, which is fine. Let's expand this out a bit. That banner down again. I think there, and then technically just I need to place 1 there. I don't know if I could go an extra block over. Imagine if you didn't buy the loaf and just lost 11 gold instead. I might be more careful if I hadn't bought the loaf earlier. And maybe best keeping a hold of this 1 ore for now. Although I guess what I could do is open up this bit so that I can shoot through the middle. But that'll be nice. Even if I don't get more iron ore, it's still nice to get the 4 that I've got because I'll be able to get infinite later on with that. Yeah, I think the extra spawning slots are worth more than like blocking off these exits. Because I know there has been issues with slimes breaking out of there, but realistically getting like 40% more slime spawns is going to be worth a lot more. What will be the main source of blocks later on? I don't want to give away the exact answer, but it will involve mining armor. That's what I'll say. Crazy to think how much is locked behind Shimmer. Yeah, so much of the game at this point. Which is nice because it means a run like this is actually possible. Because if not for the Shimmer, there would be so much that's just locked off entirely. It'll be interesting once 1.4.5 comes out to see how reliant people are on the Shimmer still. There might be some routes that don't require Shimmer at all, either given or after Moonlord. How am I going to get Calamity's clone? There's going to be a way. I think that's the... Yeah, another giant shell. Reforge. I've now got Hasty, which I will sell. Quick, which I will keep. Menacing, and Warding. So I'm getting quite good reforges on them. I want to keep all my crafting materials in 1 layer. So let's organize. Could place down a gold coin, but I don't know if I need to. Essence of Havoc you can get from a lot of enemies without needing the Brimstone Crag, but by that point I technically will have a way of getting the Brimstone Crag, which is one of the techs that I'm most proud of when it came to planning this run, because I don't think anyone had considered it as a possibility before. Have you played the Spirit mod before? I have not, no, but I've seen a lot of good things about it, so I wouldn't be against trying it at some point. It's gonna be so crazy once I've got enough blocks to make like a horizontal farm rather than this. Although this still might be quicker, depending on what weapons I get. If I'm able to head down to the underworld and get the Forbidden Oath Blade... Is it? No, not the Forbidden Oath Blade, the... Great Sword of Judgment? One of them. One of those swords will be really good at taking out enemies like this. I'll be able to just stand up here and swing it to the side, and some of them will arc down and hit the enemies, which is nice. Bladecrest Oath Sword, that's it, yeah. Shimmer is busted, Auric ore can be gotten from titanium crates post-Jaren, and those shimmer down into all the other new ores, I think. Not all of them, there's a couple that are excluded from the shimmer chain, like cryonic ore. That's going to be added to it in the next update though, so it's not anything that's like locked off forever. Also Hellstone isn't included in that, or Astral Ore or Meteor Ore. Astral Ore can shimmer into Scoria Ore, but nothing shimmers into Astral Ore, which I always thought was a bit strange. I feel like if anything there should be separate shimmer chains, so you could have like the Hell based shimmer chains, maybe you go Infernal Swavite down to Hellstone, and there might be something further up post Moonlord that shimmers down into Infernal Swavite. And then you could have like the Skies based one where you could have, what would it be? Astral Ore? Well, you'd have Luminite shimmer into Astral Ore, which would shimmer into maybe, what's the Aerolite Ore, that's it. And then that would shimmer into Meteorite or something. I think it'd be cool to have multiple shimmer chains. Astral into Meteorite, or Astral into Aerolite, and then Aerolite into Meteorite, because technically Aerolite is after Meteorite, and they're both kind of sky related, so that makes sense to me. That way it stays extraterrestrial. That's true, that's true. I suppose Aerolite is like sky, whereas the others are space. It would also be cool to have like a themed ore for each part of the game, like pre-hard mode, hard mode, post-Moonlord. So for this like celestial one, that would be Meteorite, Astral, and then Luminite. And for Hell, that would be what is it? Hellstone, Infernal Swavite, and then there's got to be some sort of post-Moonlord one that's kind of Hell related. Evil ores are not part of the shimmer chain, but bosses drop it, so it's not a big deal. That's true, yeah. Are you going to bother getting Angler? Angler is going to be really useful in this, so definitely, yeah. And I will actually need it, yeah, technically I will need it for the bottomless water bucket. But bottomless water bucket aside, he is going to be one of the most important NPCs in this run. Because I'm going to need to fish for all my life crystals, which is going to be a long process without angler accessories. That's also my way of getting water, actually. Which I technically don't need, but again, water is going to be really helpful as well. Recently read something really cool on the Terraria Reddit about fishing. What was it you read? Yeah, our squirrel's still there. Let's get him out again just in case he despawns. If a pool of water directly connects to a block that was placed on a tile of honey, fishing in said water pool gives you the honey loot pool. Ah, yeah, was that Mooing Time that posted that? Because they posted something similar in a Discord server I'm in recently. They're a fellow Terraria YouTuber that makes mobile-based content, and potentially one of the best Terraria mobile players in the world, I imagine. I mean, I couldn't name anyone better, but I'm sure there maybe is a handful of people better than them. Yeah, I might use that a little later on just to make getting different items easier. Choose the rally for this. Oh, I've got some extra rope. Yay. Very useful. That can go with my other 400 rope. It was Mooing Time that posted it. Yeah, that makes sense. If you haven't seen their YouTube channel, I would recommend it. A very, very skilled player. Have you gotten any of the armor yet? No. Currently still using the rain set. I imagine the miner set is going to be just a straight upgrade from this, because this is just defense, whereas that gives defense and other stuff. I did get some iron ore though, which is nice. A good way to start the stream. Another hook. I really don't need these. Wouldn't slime staff be nice to get? Slime staff would be nice, yeah. I don't know how useful it would be in this scenario because it would try and fly up to me. But eventually, once I can make a more permanent farm, it will definitely be very useful. It's just great. One pool of water for honey, one pool for water, honey, and lava fishing. It's going to save so much space on my future playthroughs. That's nice, yeah. Especially if you then build that fishing farm where you can get all the different biomes in one place, and you just have to move like 3 blocks over to get from Crimson to Jungle and then to Corruption and Hallowed and all sorts. How are you going to get sand? Technically sand itself won't be possible until I have Shimmer, but I can get sand, I can get sulphurous sand from sulphurous crates. Crawdads are an issue at this point. Then how Angler? Angler spawns when you defeat a Trasher, which is an enemy that spawns in the Sulphurous Sea. And then if you let another Trasher kill the Angler, it spawns a Golden Fishing Rod. So I can skip straight to the Golden Fishing Rod, which is a really nice thing that Calamity does. Which should make the fishing grind a lot easier than in Shimmering Skies or Shimmer Block. Ready to get what we need? We need like a silenced shell or something. Oh, another hasty one. That's nice, I guess. Some extra money to sell. I am gonna need to start using these chests soon. Isn't Shimmer just inaccessible until after Moonlord? Yes, it is, indeed. No Shimmer until post Moonlord, and no stone or dirt in that case. Yeah, going from the Fargo's additional hooks to normal will be painful. That's kind of why I don't use... Well, it was one of the reasons I don't use quality of life mods, because then when I don't use them, it would be so much more painful. If I was used to infinite potions all the time, suddenly having to farm for potions would be such a pain. Plus, it's sort of you learn different strategies to get things like potions and mining and If you're always using vein miner, you probably don't need to know all the different mining buffs you can get. Oh, black slime banner, that's going to be very helpful. Let's get that placed down. Yeah, I'm getting the cave bat banner still. Do we just speedrun Moonlord then? There is going to be other enemies that, or other bosses that I can kill along the way, but better gear is the reason. Yeah, I presume Golem is completely inaccessible. Yes, he is. The other bosses aren't necessary. I only the only bosses necessary in this run would be King Slime, the Wall of Flesh, Lunatic Cultist, Moonlord, and then could I go straight to Dog? I could maybe go straight to Dog, actually. I could maybe low percent this other than King Slime, actually. Which is just a hard requirement to get housing. Yeah, King Slime's going to be the first boss, and it's a hard requirement. Unless there's another way to get housing that I don't know of. Ore excavator does not mean no mining accessories needed, since comparatively you spend significantly more time getting to ores than skipping the ore mining part itself. That's true, I guess, yeah. I still think it matters a lot less than it usually would. I could still use a Craw Carapace, is it called, that it drops? You can get ruby from crawler enemies. Yes, unfortunately I won't be able to actually craft the King Slime summon though, because I would need a demon altar for that. Which means I'm going to have to rely on a random slime rain event and then actually get through the slime rain event and be able to kill King Slime all in one go without dying. Can black slime drop ore? Yes, thankfully it can. It'd be really nice if that slime just explained that in real time. I genuinely don't know what slime will be useful for until I get the solidifier. I don't think anything. Well, I've seen people use feather fall pots and slowly dash left and right while going constantly up or down. Yeah, I have a plan for King Slime, which involves getting a lot of blocks and relying on them to make sure that King Slime can't actually hit me. I forget, can you get acid wood or whatever from the sulfur sea crates? I can, yes, but they won't be available until I get fishing, which I'll need the merchant for the bug net. So that's still post-housing, I'm afraid. It is in fact impossible to get acid wood any other way in Calamity Get Fixed Boy because acid wood trees just won't grow for some reason. I wonder if there's some issues with what it classifies as the biome. Still haven't got a single undead miner yet, which is kind of surprising. It all loops back to not having housing. Yeah, unfortunately so. Housing is the first major gate, and the only way I can see past it is King Slime. Well, I say the major gate, it depends how you classify major. Technically, the first major gate was getting a second block. And now the next major gate is getting more blocks still. And until I get King Slime, the biggest gate is going to be getting blocks. Well, technically just before I get to King Slime, the issue will be getting accessories and weapons to take him down, but until that point, blocks are my main issue. Oh, we got the carp back. Yeah, Hell Sleeping was very fast-paced. This might be too much for some viewers. Have you tested the undead miners can spawn on ores? I haven't, no. But I think I got some undead miners in Shimmering Skies. And they were spawning on ice blocks. So I imagine they would be able to spawn on ores if they can spawn on ice blocks. And we can get nymphs, we can get pretty much every other cavern's enemy, so I don't see why we wouldn't be able to get undead miners. I think this is technically going through that 1 block gap, which it was refusing to do earlier. So that's kind of nice. Is Cravulon possible? No, unfortunately, I need a what do you call it for that? A demon altar. Oh, why's the playlist stopped? What? Let me get the music sorted. I don't know why that stopped all of a sudden. I should have loop playlist on. Okay, I think we're good now. Okay, an arcane metal detector. That actually might be more useful just for the fact that I'm using Topaz Staff more, and more range on the rally isn't going to help much. Ice is a stone equivalent, so it could be a very weird edge case. We'll find out soon, I guess. If I get to like 20 hours and I've not had an undead miner spawn, then that might be something worth checking. If I actually can't get an undead miner to spawn, then I might have to reevaluate my plans for King Slime. Ooh, guide to plant fiber cordage, that could be huge. I can get some vine rope from all the grass in this world. Yeah, I don't think anything here is going to be very useful. The best thing I could think is getting some calcium potions or strange brews for later on in the playthrough. But both of them wouldn't be that useful, to be honest. Oh, I can sell my extra items though. Yeah, I don't need the hasty ones because I've already got quick. I'll keep the violent metal detector for now, just in case I want to use that. And I can sell the item. I think that's everything I want to sell for now. All you would need to do then is get a useless block that they can definitely spawn on. Yeah, I don't think I would bother doing that. Calamity music block 2. Oh, I could have sold that, true. Ah well, that's fine. It's not taking up too much space. Theoretically, a goblin army is only locked behind health. Not necessarily. The goblin army is also locked behind getting a goblin banner, which requires wood and a loom. Both of those are going to be issues. Any more progress that happened? Since the last stream, I've managed to get 4 iron ore, which is almost a 50% increase. No, it's an exactly 50% increase in the number of blocks in the world. So that's nice. Not as good as the first set of ore, which was a 700% increase in the amount of blocks in the world. Don't you also need 200 HP to summon it? I do, yes, yeah. So goblins is going to be quite far off for a number of reasons. That's going to be a post King Slime sort of thing. Does acid wood work for the goblin standard? It does, yes. Dynasty wood doesn't, so getting wood from the travelling merchant isn't going to help. But acid wood will, which is nice. Oh, we're going to get a... Oh, I'm going to go for it. Why not? At least that means you won't be gated from accessory upgrades. That's true, yeah. Although in saying that, I don't know how many accessory upgrades I'm going to be able to get in pre-hard mode other than, like, boots from fishing. And I guess a double jump accessory as well. That's going to be the main things that are possible. The only bosses in pre-hard mode that are possible in pre-hard mode are King Slime, Eye of Cthulhu, and Skeletron, I think. And then it's just straight onto the Wall of Flesh. I don't think any of these other bosses are accessible. So King Slime, yeah, 150 kills during a slime rain. Torch God I could technically do, although it's not really a boss. Could get Music Box. Desert Scourge isn't possible because I would need a Demon Altar. Giant Clam isn't possible because it needs Desert Scourge. Eye of Cthulhu is possible because it's a 1 in 3 chance with 200 HP, which I can get. Sorry, let's just kill this skeleton in the background real quick. Did that drop anything good, actually? Yeah, it's kind of hard to read the boss log and play at the same time. Yeah, Eye of Cthulhu I can get. Blood Moon I technically can get as well, even before I get the amount of health that you need for a natural spawn. Because I can get the Bloody Tear by making an artificial graveyard and killing the grooms inside them. Crabulon needs a Demon Altar, he's not possible. Eater of Worlds also needs a Demon Altar or Shadow Orbs. Same goes for the... not the Hive Mind, the Brain of Cthulhu. Dark Mage needs one of the evil bosses, so that can't happen. Hive Mind, I don't have access to a corruption until post Moonlord, so that's not possible either. Same goes for Perforators with Crimson. Queen Bee, I don't have access to a jungle. Skeletron, I can fight. Deerclops, I don't have access to snow. And Slime God, once again, requires a Demon Altar. So there's all the bosses that I can actually fight in pre-hard mode. Hive Mind is possible. How are you getting the corruption? How will you increase HP? That will be gold crates, which can contain life crystals, thankfully. Doesn't Eye of Cthulhu also need like 8 defense or something? Yeah, I think so, but we'll have 8 defense by then, hopefully. Be very sad if not. I'm gonna have to go on the side. Nothing new. Is it possible to get mud? Not until post Moonlord. And yeah, kill I to get Dryad, put her in graveyard after Wall of Flesh to get seeds. Yeah, I can get seeds for the evil biomes, but I can't get anything to plant them on. That's the issue. I can't get any dirt or stone or mud or anything like that until Postmoon Lord. Can you break the first block? Not currently. I need a Mithril or Orichalcum pickaxe or greater to mine that block. So it's going to be quite a while before I can do that. Which in some ways is nice because I can't softlock myself by not having a block to respawn on. And then just falling infinitely. My beach in Terraria is lava, not water. Are you in a For the Worthy seed by any chance? CalWiki says more than 10 defense and 4 NPCs for Eye, but I don't know if that's true. I didn't think you needed any NPCs for the Eye of Cthulhu, unless that's the thing that Calamity has changed. Let's get rid of the rats, taking up spawn slots. Usually it's just 200 health and a certain amount of defense. Let's resummon my squirrel to make sure he doesn't despawn. So what's more entertaining, watching me slowly killing enemies with 8 blocks, or watching Yardis destroy an entire world by hand? I'm gonna say Yardis, because he's a better streamer than me. But like in terms of the gameplay, what's got more going on? What's the more grindy thing to do? Link Dash, glad you could join. Good to see you. Getting an annoying amount of bait, considering I can't catch it. It's just teasing me. There is gameplay, I figured this was just chatting. That's fair. Your stream is more grindy. Are you sure? Because I think Yardis's might be. If he was going to do that himself, it would take 312 hours. I mean, I think once he changed to the Shroom-out Digging Claw, it would be like 104 or something. But even still, that's a crazy amount of time. It might actually be more hours than it's going to take to do this entire playthrough. Depending on what luck I get. You know, I could get a Slime Rain when I'm at 16 hours just ready for King Slime. Or I could get a Slime Rain when I'm 3 hours in to this stream and not at all ready for King Slime, and not get another one until I'm like 80 hours in. So much of it's just going to be dependent on RNG. Is that going to despawn? Yeah, it should have despawned. Your challenge is pure grind from nothing, but Yardis's is pure grind to obtain nothing. Like, at least I get the pleasure of rebuilding a world. All Yardis gets to do is destroy. Do the Yardis challenge after this is done. I think yours, since this is definite... Well, let me get these guys first and then read the chat. I think it's yours since his has a definite end while yours could take any amount of time. That's true. Yardis can see how much progression he's making very clearly. He can see that, like, oh, we've only got a quarter of the world left to do. That's only going to take another 20 hours. Whereas with this, I don't know if I'm making any progress really, other than the fact that I'm getting some more blocks very slowly. But when my next blocks come, I don't know if that's going to be hour 3 or hour 300. Hopefully not 300. If you're done that challenge, beat Calamity without armor. I don't know how difficult or interesting that would be to do though, because there's so many accessories that could just replace what armor does. The only thing you're really missing out on is damage and defense, which isn't that bad in a challenge run. I think there's definitely more interesting runs left before I get to that. I did see GP's second episode of his one boss, one item playthrough today, and I kind of think that would be a really fun one to do myself, because I was already thinking what different items I would pick for the run. That would be a good one for you to watch, Bone Reaper, because I'm sure you would have many thoughts on the better items that could have been picked. And I'm curious if you would have picked the same first item as I picked, or as I would pick. So I'll maybe see what your opinion on that would be. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where that playthrough goes though. I know what the hardest challenge that nobody beat. What one would that be? I don't like redoing other people's challenges, but with something like that, I feel like the choices that you make such a big impact on the challenge that it would essentially be a completely different video. Like choosing one different item from one different boss would end up with a completely different playthrough potentially. Especially because I think that my first item would be better than theirs. Calamity, only one slot bar death. I don't know if that's possible, or if it's possible, it's just going to be so grindy that you're going to wish it wasn't possible. The mother slimes are good because it means you get essentially 5 different chances for ores. What did they pick as the first item again? They chose the crystalline. And I think choosing a weapon is the right move. I would just pick a different weapon. Yeah, you think they could have done better and easier. Can you DM me what your first item would be on Discord? Because I'm really curious if it's the same as what I would pick. I think that guy despawned. What are we talking about? We're talking about GP's one boss, one item playthrough. Meteor Fist to carry all of pre-hard mode for me. Oh, interesting choice. I don't want to spoil in stream chat what I would pick because I might actually do that as a playthrough at some point. But I can maybe send it to you on Discord. Let me just confirm the name. Oh, another nymph. Okay. Let's get through this. Oh, no reforge on this one. You know what, instead of placing all of this out, let's get chest down and let's place our gold in there. That makes more sense than potentially losing it every time I mine a block. silver, I'll be able to get another gold actually. Nice. Okay, I've sent you a message, Bone Reaper. I'm curious what your thoughts are on that. Yeah, also part 2 added world hopping to be an option, so it's not even an RNG to get, just time consuming. Yeah, I think if I was doing it, I wouldn't use world hopping. Because I don't think it's necessary for the playthrough. Or not necessary enough, at least. Does this world have no blocks and liquids except for starter blocks? The only block it has is one... Well, the only block it started with is one Infernal Swavite up at spawn. Up here. So this is the only block I started with. And then with the starter bag rope, I was able to get some mobs to spawn and get some ore from slime. Oh, this is underground now. Yes, I managed to get some blocks from a slime and then used the rope that I had left to come down here. And then I bought more rope from the bone merchant. Still have that selected. Yeah, no world hopping is needed. The reason he did it was to get the 30 life force potions for the main labs, even though you can still get them from small labs. Yeah, I also don't know if I would use infinite buffs if I was doing the playthrough, because I don't like infinite buffs personally. On the topic of part 2, what are you going to say here? Another cave bat banner. Nice. That's my 100th cave bat. My main fear is that it will become jumpless part 2. It has potential for that, yeah. Although the first accessory they went for does kind of indicate that that won't be the case, because they have gone for mobility. I do think the first accessory they went for was the right choice, because I was thinking, I was like, surely there's something better, because boots in Calamity are a bit overrated and also probably overhated. They're kind of somewhere in the middle, I guess. But then I was thinking, you kind of need speed for the Wall of Flesh fight, so you're going to need, through your pre-hard mode choices, to get enough speed to get up to like maybe around 36 miles an hour at maximum, and you could just hope that you're going to be able to take out the rest of the Wall of Flesh before you go further. The way he did go about getting boots was, in my opinion, bad. Oh, so would you have maybe got some upgrades before grinding the life crystals for boots? Because I do think getting one extra accessory early on would potentially make the grind through those early bosses easier. I do think there's maybe an over-reliance on rails. Oh, just jump through there. No problem. GP has shown that the majority of bosses fail to Rhombus Arena, and he will be forced to switch weaponry every so often. Yeah, you're very limited on how many weapons you can use in that playthrough. Like, realistically, you want to use one in pre-hard mode, one, maybe two in hard mode. I reckon you could get by with Storm Saber for most of hard mode, and then maybe another one at the end of hard mode to deal with Moonlord and some of the early post Moonlord bosses. Oh, we got an Undead Miner. That's big. Right, let's use the... oh, not rope. Let's use the rally on him. And I got some mining pants. That's actually the best one I could have got because it's the one thing I've not got equipped at this point. Okay, so good to know that that's possible because that is also necessary. I can also torch this up now, not that it actually makes a difference. But yeah, that's really good to know that that's actually possible on ores. I was getting a little worried that I was going to have to not have the mining armor, which... Actually, would it be possible without mining armor? I guess you could still get to Moonlord without the mining armor, but it would be very, very grindy. There was a cool video where someone beat Calamity with only 3 weapons. Maybe they could get inspiration from that for their next pick. Yeah, I think Sandgun is a decent choice for the first weapon in a one item, one boss thing, but I think there's a better choice. I think there's a very specific choice that you could go for that would be the best weapon you could get in pre-hard mode. And not because it's the best damage. In fact, its damage is decent. You could probably fight the Wall of Flesh with it, to be honest. Although it would be a weird fight. Did you get more blocks from this stream? I have got 4 iron ore so far from this stream, which is nice. Also, you can keep speed when hitting the ground with ice slime blocks and get the needed speed from just sandstorm span for Wall of Flesh. Well, I suppose you could also do that with the message that I sent you on Discord. But then you would probably need another weapon to actually deal damage. Is it something that gets buffed in hard mode? No, but it's something that will stay useful well beyond its utility as a weapon. I really want to do this run now just for the fun of it. I think I would also allow lava for King Slime because trying to get a star to fall on him was rough. Yeah, sure, but that would be really bad on wall. It wouldn't be too bad. Have you used it before? I think with a long enough wall arena, you could take it out. Anything else from this guy? I could technically buy the radar, but there's... Well, is there actually a point in getting the radar? I would be able to detect when there's useful enemies. I feel like with the amount of things I can actually buy, I may as well. And then I might just buy some healing potions with some extra silver. Displaying enemies would be good. Yeah, let's go for it. Let's sell that metal detector actually. Yeah, the healing potions are dependent on moon phase, so I might just buy some just now, because they'll be useful for a while. I don't think... Oh, I maybe actually should have bought the other type of healing potions. So yeah, let's not buy any more of those, because I can get a better type of healing potion from the skeleton merchant. Can you turn off Discord ping sounds for stream? I can do, yeah, that's a good shout. Let me do that just now. If I can see how to do that actually. How do I do that? Notifications. Ah. I think that should be notifications turned off for now. Did you get any undead miners yet? Yes, I got one undead miner. And managed to get some mining pants from him. Streamer mode, I would assume. Oh, that's true. I didn't think about using that. I kind of forgot that was a thing. I just went into the notification settings and hopefully turned it off. I can test for you. Yeah, if you message, I should see whether I get a notification. Let me come off of it on my phone so that doesn't affect it. Another hook. I should be selling my hooks actually, because they really are not useful for anything. Oh, still getting notifications. Yeah, that's an issue. Okay. How'd you get to streamer mode? Streamer mode. Enable streamer mode. Oh, I can automatically enable it if OBS is running. Okay, that's kind of cool, yeah. Doesn't the do not disturb status do that? It might, actually. Oh, an angry scuttler's jewel. That's probably better than a hard one at this point, if it does. Well, does it increase my damage? I've got 17. No, still 17. 8. Still 8. 18. And 18. Yeah, that doesn't actually do anything. Do I try it again? Yeah, go for it. Try it again. That guy spawned on screen for me. Nice, no notification on that one. An enemy nearby. Nothing. I'm forgetting this doesn't actually tell me what enemies nearby, it just tells me the number of enemies nearby. What would I need for the actual enemies? Lifeform analyzer. Where does that come from anyway? The traveling merchant, I think. At which point I probably won't need it that much anymore. Are Dune Raider boots faster on sand than Frostspark / Terraspark? Or do they only have faster acceleration? I think they're faster full stop in vanilla, whereas in Calamity they get nerfed a bit so they're on tier. Or the Terraspark boots get the upgraded speed on sand or something, I think. It tells you that you have a reason to check, that's true. I suppose I could look it up. Yeah, it's just a normal skeleton there. Oh, Oh, super fast and even faster on sand. It doesn't give an actual number, annoyingly. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Dune Rider is still faster on sand. Yeah, but is it not like 25% rather than 75% or something? Like the amount faster isn't as high. Let's light this up a bit. Very slowly light up our map. So I've got literally nothing better to do. It is 25%. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense than 75%. I don't know what relogic we're thinking with the 75%. Especially because it's still used in the crafting for the Terra Spark boots, but you don't get the upgrade for it. Like, you can upgrade to a technically slower version. Oh, it doesn't show us an enemy. Interesting. Annoying that that can jump out. Did I just see apprentice bait? I don't think so. I have some fallen stars, which I don't think I can use for anything at this point. Not for a while. Oh, Jester's arrows. That'd be kind of cool, actually. The only bow I can use is the tin bow, though. There's a quick tin bow, though. Yeah, this is all going to require an anvil. Another skeleton. Oops. Enchanted Nightcrawler, that'll be useful at some point. But by that time I'll hopefully have more blocks to get more stars. I think for the early game, just going for mana crystals is going to make a lot of sense. Annoyingly, the Cosmolite isn't going to be possible until post Moonlord, which is real sad. Let's collect what I've got here. Oh, another undead miner. Lovely. Come on, give us something good. Ah, nothing good. Bombs are pretty useless, I must say. Let's start using this chest a bit more. Can't do anything with any of these for now, so they may as well go in the chest. Yeah, can't do anything with that yet. All my crafting ingredients that don't do anything may as well go in here. Cave Bat Banner as a backup. All my potions. Kind of want to keep those potions. Zombie Banner I'll keep on me for when I go back to the top. Oh, I maybe want to check actually if my menacing and my angry increase my damage. So 18. 17, yeah it does. 1 extra damage is probably worth more than defense at this point, considering how little damage I'm dealing. Hellforge I kind of want to keep on me because I feel like it's safer having that on me than anywhere else. And let's put these here because that's where I usually put my consumably type things. All enemies are trapped anyway. They sometimes jump out, to be fair. But the extra damage is worth more, especially because it's put my rally up by 1 as well. And when a lot of enemies have defense at this point, especially the ones that I'm wanting to fight, it's worth it. Another hook. Brilliant. In the future, we are going to regret saying bombs are useless. I think they are actually useless in this run though, because by the time I can get dirt bombs, I'll have shimmer to just make dirt from ores anyway. I don't think they're actually useful for anything else. Seafoam bomb is technically possible post Moonlord. This is also technically possible post Moonlord, but the supernova is almost definitely not. Yeah, I can't get miracle matter. Wouldn't they be good for King Slime? I suppose I could use bombs with chests, but even still, I think there's a better strategy for King Slime. The main issue with King Slime is that I can't take damage. How was Hellforge obtained? That was on the one block at the start of the playthrough that spawned as part of the world. If you go to my community tab, you'll see a post of what the world actually looks like before I loaded in. But as soon as I loaded into the world, it popped off the block and joined my inventory, so yeah, it didn't like being placed illegally, so as soon as you load it into the world, it comes off. So yeah, still technically one block, because the Hellforge is not a block. Oh, that's why there's no spawns. There's this guy. Yeah, Strange Brew is technically a better healing potion, so I might grab some of that. Keep it in there. Wouldn't dirt bombs be more efficient for it? By that time, I'm going to have so much ores from crates that I think ores are going to be much quicker than dirt bombs. Because with dirt bombs, you have to place down the bomb and mine it up, and then craft the bomb and place down a bomb and mine it up, and it's, yeah. Even if you use dynamite, it's still a pretty slow process. I'm more concerned about Golem. Golem is not possible in this run. There's an alternate start you can do where you don't need the Hellforge, but you do need like a miniature Golem temple setup. But I think this makes for a more interesting start and a more interesting video. Isn't Abyss accessible? Certain layers of it, yes. Is Shimmer going to be post Moonlord? Yes, very much so. Which is where, I mean, once I'm post Moonlord, the game practically opens up and allows me to do so many things that I previously wouldn't have been able to do. So Cultist can be summoned without Golem, yes. That is going to be the path for that. But the path to get the Abyss is quite complicated, I must say. It's another bit of tech that I'm proud of coming up in the planning stage. Yeah, it's just going to be a pain because Celestial Sigil can't be used with Golem brackets alive. Yeah, I mean, I went through it in the low percent run, so it's not going to be too bad in this. Because I should technically have more available to me at that point than I did in the low percent run. Or at least certain things more. Because I'll have fought more bosses, ironically. But I'll also not have access to certain biomes and accessories that I could find in the world that I would normally have. More than basically nothing. Yeah, that's true. Can't you use transmutation for golem spawner items? I could, but I don't want to use transmutation in this. I'd like it to stay as relatively glitch free as possible, which is why the only glitches I'll use involve liquids. But I'll get to that nearer the time. I actually might want to put these bombs in the chest just so I don't use them accidentally. Because bombing this ore would be a travesty. Watched the VOD from yesterday. How much have you progressed since? Honestly, not much. The main thing I've got from today's stream is 4 iron ore. That's pretty much it. Yeah, 1 mining pants and 4 iron ore. I'm just glad that miners can actually spawn, because Bone Reaper was getting me a little worried that they only spawned on stone type blocks, which would have been awful for me. These streams are going to be very slow paced. It's going to be like 1 or 2 things happening for the first few streams each time. And the 1 or 2 things that are going to happen are going to be like, oh, he got mining pants, and oh, he got 4 ores. If only blood moons could occur already. Technically they can. I could force a blood moon by... Oh, an ancient gold helmet. I will take that. 6% extra damage is nice. Does that increase my damage? It doesn't quite. What do you mean this is too fast for me to keep up? Yeah, well, you've got a special pace that you like, and yeah, I'm aware of that. I try and keep things slow just for you, Carp, but some people like it a little faster is all I'm saying. Yeah, I could do blood moons by making a graveyard and fighting the enemies that spawn in graveyards to get the blood moon spawner, but it's not necessarily that helpful at this point, I don't think. And getting it would be so difficult with the amount of blocks that I've got. I think it's better just waiting for more blocks this way. Wait, has this brought it up to the same as the rally? No, rally's still higher. I think it would help a lot. Blood Moon spawns so many more enemies. Well, I was going to say that if that's gold ore, I can maybe try that, but unfortunately it's not gold ore, it's gold coin. Blood Moons will not spawn necessary enemies though. I think if I was in the underground they would. If I'm in the right layers, it would still increase the spawn rates worldwide, right? Because it's the question of whether it's worth spending the like 20 or 30 minutes grinding a blood moon to then be able to spawn a blood moon to get the 5x spawn rates for one night. I'm not 100% sure which one's better, because actually getting the let me have a look at what the rate is. I think it's just the groom that can drop it. I don't know what the rate is though. I mean, you spend 2 hours anyway, that's true. Enemies are bugging through. I'll maybe give the blood moon farming a try. Oh, blocks to place graves on that. Yeah, that's true. 20 graves in Calamity. That is going to be an issue, because I would need 40 blocks, essentially. Sharktooth Necklace is going to be really useful later on. This is my first time catching this series. What are your current goals? My current goals are to get more blocks from slimes. And also as a side goal to get a full set of mining armor, because that will help me get more ores as well. Skyblock's trend reached Calamity already. Yeah, I mean, people have played Calamity Skyblocks in the past. There's a really good start to a series by Glasta on YouTube from a few years ago, but unfortunately it did get ended a bit too early. I think that's the only other like properly edited Skyblock Calamity run on YouTube, but there's probably others that are like VODs from streams. I think this is the most limited though, and the one with maybe the more interesting tech. Because in that one they were just going to edit in the blocks needed for Escal. But in this you kind of have to work a bit harder for them, I guess. Was there some ore in there? Yes, a platinum ore. 13! Wow! That is huge. Let's expand. Okay, I'm gonna move the chest down because technically it'll be better to have more gaps up here. I want to keep that tin over there though, and then I'll want to do like a gap each time. Question is, do I want to color code it? Do I want to have like platinum for the base? Platinum for the base. Place the torches, not pick them up. And then cover it with the other two. Yeah, I actually want it to be there. I don't know if this is going to be big enough. I might need to bring it in a block. Like that. Yeah, this should work if I then place a block there. And I guess this is going to stop slimes from getting out that side, which is nice. Although actually getting drops is going to be harder because I'm going to have to drop down into this. But overall, this should be a lot better for drop rates, or for enemy spawn rates more broadly. Oh wow, you can already see the difference. That is insane. Wow, that was nice. You have a spare plat on the bottom left. Yeah, but I'm going to leave it there because I was having an issue where slimes were jumping out. I suppose I could move it up a block and it would fully prevent them, but I think they're currently prevented enough. I can still reach that chest as well, which is nice. Yeah, this is so much faster than what I had before. Wow. I've like actually constantly got enemies in here. Let's go for a bit and then I'll go in and collect all of the things at once. That slime was really generous. Yeah, that could not have gone better, to be honest. Let's move the squirrel over a block so that it's actually able to shoot a mammoth or sit in the middle. Although I don't know if that's then going to knock them too far off to the side, because the squirrel does have good knockback currently. Yeah, how's it fighting the mother slime? That's fine, I guess. But this should make getting more slime and more undead miners so much easier. Oh, some chain knives. Is that more ore already? I think that might be more ore. Maybe not. Oh, I got an extra 10 ore. Is that... No, that was me picking up the 10 ore that I just broke. That makes more sense than me just finding one random 10 ore from a slime. Chain knife is maybe good though. If I can aim it through the blocks sometimes. Crazy challenge, good luck. Thank you. Hopefully it'll go well. It's currently going a lot faster than it was at the start of the playthrough. Gone from 1 block to what I have now, 24 or something? Oh, these guys are going to be an issue to take out with anything other than the rally, I think. Since they want to be in the corner. Yo-Yo is definitely better at this point, but maybe for King Slime. I don't think the chain knife has much use for anything, to be honest. True melee, when you're in death mode, just doesn't have much use in general. For a challenge where you've got 100 life at least. Once I've got more life, then true melee might be more of an option, but for now, it's just a death sentence. I've gotten into playing Skyblock max because of your video. Oh, interesting. What maps have you played so far? Does it start to get exponential after a certain number of blocks? It gets exponential once I've got a full set of mining armor. But, I mean, now that I'm getting so many more spawns, it's definitely going to get quicker for the next set of ore, which is nice. Because I've gone from like 3 spawn points to 5 to then, what have I got now, like 13 or something? 12 technically. No, one less than 12. Oh yeah, I could actually expand this by 1 other block. Come to think of it. And I got a mining shirt. Very nice. All I need now is the helmet. Okay, let's expand this out by 1 block then. Where did all my iron ore go, actually? Come to think of it. So I'm only seeing 1 iron ore there. If I put my iron ore in here? Yeah, why is my iron ore in here? This could have been so much longer, actually. I think I can still go... No, I can't go 1 block out. This is the max. Wow, 4 notable things happening in an hour and a half. This is crazy. Yes. And who knows, maybe another notable thing will happen. I'm really hoping that I get the mining helmet now because I want to show that tech off. This looks painful. It's not too bad. I mean, the first 4 hours and 20 minutes were definitely very painful, but once I got those first blocks, yeah. If you break a pre-placed dirt block, can it be the dirtiest block? No, I think it spawns as like an actual separate block ID inside the game. So if you start without any, you're not going to get any in the world. So no dirtiest block for me. The trick to make this less painful is to have a chat to engage with. That is true, that's true. Plus a good way to show that it's actually possible in a way that people will believe. Because some people will see this on a video and be like, nah, he cheated items in, that's not real. No one would sit for 4 hours when they could just cheat items in. But no, some of us are just that insane. I mean, Yardis is currently destroying an entire large world by hand at this point, so I think Terraria streamers and YouTubers have got some mental challenges going on there for sure. Some psychological differences to the average human population. The carp has blessed us with significantly increased pace. It's true. It's not great for them, but they knew it was better for the rest of us, so they allowed it. Let's get the raincoat here just so that I don't have something coming into my hotbar. Who is worse, the people doing it or the people watching? That's a good question. How many collective hours of human life will be spent by Yardis mining out a large world by hand? Because you've got all the hours that he's spending doing it, you've got all the hours... Croc Harpies, nice. Yeah, probably better than Arcane. Because that's the main reason I've got that, is for the modifier at this point. Technically don't need those in my inventory. Yeah, you've got all the hours from Yardis himself mining the worlds, you've got all of the people helping out Yardis mine the worlds. You've got all the people watching as well. It's possible that like years of human life, like if that was one person, all of the hours would add up to an entire year of life from Yardis mining a world by hand. Yeah, the Undead Miner's helmet is a rarer drop chance, so it's potentially going to take a little longer to get there. But hopefully not too long. Another black slime banner. I've already got one, so I don't need to place that. But I will put it down there. Did that just spawn? What? That shouldn't have done that, I don't think. Like, I'm right here. That shouldn't have been able to spawn. For Calamity, mining without the Onyx Excavator sure is a thing. It's not like there's much to mine anyway. That's the thing. Ruby Crawler thinks he's sneaky. Yeah, I don't know why he spawned there. He shouldn't have been able to. Usually you have to be off screen to spawn. Feels like we're actually making some fast progress now though, which is nice. It's only a matter of time until we get our next set of ores. Ruby is the most important one after all, with bass statues behind it. I don't think I can make bass statues until I get an anvil at least, right? Yeah, I need an anvil. But once I've got an anvil, it will be very nice to get those. Can't lie. Slime rain in 10 minutes, calling it now. Thing is, it wouldn't help, because I would not be able to take King Slime out with my current accessories and armor and everything. Although I don't know if I'll actually get any better armor now that I'm saying that. Mainly weapons, really, that are the issue for King Slime. Is that some silver ore in there? No. I keep thinking I'm seeing stuff inside the slimes, but I think it's just the items behind them. God, I'm so Greg Tech pilled when you said locked behind. My brain was like, oh, what voltage tier? Oh, it's EV. Yeah, we can't get housing until EV, so then we can't get a lot of things until then. Yeah, let's break in and actually collect some of this stuff. Yeah, we gotta get some refined osmiridium large plates before we can get to the next set of technology. But it's fine because you can use a cauldron from Thaumcraft to create that from 10 bullshitium extract and 17 made up essence. Wall of Flesh better drop Meow Thrower. Even if it doesn't, the gel that I'm collecting now will be so useful once I've got King Slime killed that it's fine anyway. There were people who played it pure void. Yeah, Neurotic Goose is an insane person in the best kind of way. Probably one of my favourite YouTubers currently. Like, I really do enjoy Neurotic Goose's videos. It's one of those few channels where as soon as they upload, I will stop what I'm doing and watch. Because they've managed to go from playing specifically Greg Tech with nothing and branched out into different games while keeping the same audience. Oh, go on, helmet, helmet, helmet. What are the chances? Ah, unlucky. I'm not surprised, but I am disappointed. Do you think Draydon has a world in Greg Tech New Horizons? Maybe that is Draydon's backstory, because we don't know too much about Draydon. Oh, this is the helmet one. Oh, the same drops. Single bomb. Neurotic Goose's skill in outputting witty commentary non-stop is enigmatic. Yeah, yeah. That's the thing, is that when they started making Greg Tech nothing videos, I was like, oh, that's a cool one series channel sort of thing. If they try and do something else, it probably won't work that well. Maybe if they do another Minecraft pack, it'll work. So then when they uploaded, I can't remember what their second game was. What was it? Was Oxygen Not Included or something? Was this first time they tried a second game? And I didn't think that was going to work for them. I was like, nah, people aren't going to watch this. They're here to watch you play the funny Greg Tech pack with no blocks. But then, because it's the way they play the game rather than the game that they're playing that people are interested in, it actually worked out for them. So I think if I was ever to try and do multiple games on YouTube, I would try and take a lesson from what Neurotic Goose has done and like make a style that people watch rather than a game that people watch. It's very interesting from a YouTuber perspective to kind of study what they've done. Yeah, that's what got me to play Shimmering Skies again, because I've obviously played Skyblocks before in Terraria, but you kind of go through phases of wanting to play them and not wanting to play them, because it does take a lot out of you to do 80 hours of a playthrough where you basically have nothing. Get in the corner. Oh god, there we go. Oh, it's because the squirrel's gone. He was knocking them into the corner. Yeah, you kind of get the Skyblock itch every few months if you're the type of person that enjoys Skyblock. Like, I think the same thing happens to Freedbot, the creator of Shimmering Skies. Like, he'll go a few months of not wanting to play anything Skyblock related, and then suddenly he'll just be like, right, well, I need to play a Skyblock now. So is it going to be Minecraft? Is it going to be Terraria? Am I going to make a new one? Am I going to play an existing one? Am I going to make a new mod to play Skyblock? I don't know. New blocks since I last got here. Yes, I managed to get 13 platinum from a single ore slime, which was massive. Umbrella. Could the umbrella be useful? For a single gold when I've got 32, I may as well grab it. I don't know how useful it's going to be, but it's there. And then I could technically buy the red counterweight. Although, realistically, once I've got some better options, the rally is going to be outclassed very quickly. Okay, let's collect everything, pop our roof back on, quick stack, and head back up to get this guy despawned. Me and a friend are currently making a Minecraft Skyblock pack, but I want it to be unique. I would recommend checking out, it's Freedbot, the guy who made Shimmering Skies. If you've seen that video that I did, also made a Minecraft Skyblock pack with Create, and instead of trying to make it like most Minecraft mod packs that are Skyblocks, where you start out and you like sieve ores for half an hour and then you're basically just playing Minecraft as usual, but you have to place down blocks. It's much more vanilla-like, where you have to do things like get get dirt from azalea trees and moss and things like that. So it's a bit more like a traditional Terraria Skyblock. Oh, got an iron helmet there. That guy's gonna jump out. Fair enough. Can't blame him. There's not much going on here. What's that? Give... Oh, damage reduction. I'm gonna take my increased damage instead for now, but it's good as an option. But yeah, E2E extended Skyblock mode is really interesting. I was considering doing something like the no blocks thing that Goose did with E2E extended, but I couldn't find a way other than changing the files to get the open blocks grave to spawn instead of the whatever grave was it, enigmatic graves or something it's using. If there was a way to get the mod from graves though, I would have done that. Because I thought that could be an interesting video as well. Still trying to get the Skyblock high pixelated stage. Yeah, I'll talk about that with the mod packs creator. I talked to... Am I getting them mixed up, or is it Crutoy that... I don't know, it's Dragon something, right? I know. There's too many people that have made Skyblock packs that I'm forgetting who's who, but it's useless. Both names are correct. Okay, that's why I'm getting mixed up. I'm thinking I'm like getting the wrong person, but it's just that they're the same person. Yeah, I did speak to them a few months back about it in the E2E server, and they said they were like looking into a way to get it, but I don't know if they have done more. Oh, a depth meter. Unironically, actually quite useful, especially with Angry as the modifier. I might put that over the Aglet for now, because the damage is more important than the movement speed when there's so few blocks to actually move over. And let's put my iron helmet there as well. I guess the jagged skull. Monofactory Skyblock when? I think there is a few GregTech Skyblocks that exist, but honestly GregTech isn't a mod that's ever really made me want to play it. Lost Dragon is their artist label. Ah, that makes sense. Yeah, I can't say I've ever been excited by GregTech. It seems just very grindy for not much reason. Like, they've built an identity around it being grindy, and therefore people accept that it's grindy, but I don't think it's good game design. I think the fun parts of GregTech New Horizons are all the parts that aren't GregTech related, which says a lot about GregTech's game design. The community has memed on it and bastardized it with forks. True. I don't know what's worse, the original one though, or the forks. Its entire existence is just to be the longest mod pack in Minecraft. Yeah, the fact that every time someone gets close to or does finish it, they change the recipe and the multi-blocks for the final goal is kind of insane. And at some point it does go from like an interesting mod pack with a lot of different mods to, oh, you're just doing GregTech now. Like, there is nothing else to do in this pack. You've unlocked every other magic mod and every other content mod. You just need to place down some multi-blocks. And that's kind of where Goose is at the moment in the Nothing playthrough, which is a shame because the start of that was so interesting. Having to use very out-of-the-box methods to get certain blocks and enemies and items. It's surprisingly something I haven't seen many, an iron skin potion's nice, many YouTubers do is like challenge playthroughs within Minecraft. There's a lot of challenge playthroughs in, well, you get challenge playthroughs in Minecraft, but not modded Minecraft. It's just Let's Plays for that. Whereas like that's all the content is for modded Terraria essentially, is challenge playthroughs. That niche just doesn't really exist for Terraria, or for modded Minecraft, should I say. GregTech Community Edition, unofficial, modern, unofficial, yeah. Modded Minecraft is too wide to have challenge playthroughs. That's true, it's much less linear, so a lot of the things that you need you can only get through one way. And if it's not planned for your challenge playthrough to be possible, it's probably not going to work, all things considered. Oh, this rally is doing in work when there's a lot of enemies stacked. Every large mod pack is its own game that needs to be explored before being challenged. I think you can explore it without fully beating it first. It's just, you're going to need to do a lot of research to get to the point that you can do it as a challenge. Let's respawn my squirrel just so he doesn't despawn. I think Minecraft modded challenges kind of died a long time ago. I've watched many. It depends what you mean by that. I haven't seen many in general. I think the ones that I'm thinking of are the ones like Goose does, where like Blightfall without Blight and GregTech without blocks and things like that. Like, those challenges don't really exist. It's more like, oh, I just spent 100 days in RLcraft, or I spent 100 days in better Minecraft, which is worse than regular Minecraft, by the way. Yeah, actually, like taking the existing mod pack and then adding a restriction on top of it isn't as common, whereas that is very common in modded Terraria. Star technology was really cool for me, but I dropped it the second I had to do a 450-second recipe. Ooh. Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of challenges do just seem to make the game harder and longer for the sake of making it harder and longer. It's like technically... Oh, lucky is nice. I'm going to take that because crit chance is probably better than damage at this point, because it takes a lot of damage to get my weapons to deal more damage, if that makes sense, because of the way rounding works with Terraria weapons. But yeah, adding a 450-second recipe probably doesn't make the game any more enjoyable. It just makes it longer. And pack developers seem to think that long playtime equals fun for some reason, or that if people are enjoying their pack, it's better that they can enjoy it for longer, so therefore they aim for like, oh, my pack, I want to have a 500-hour playtime. And it's like, why? Do you want your pack to be fun for 500 hours, or do you want it to have 500 hours of playtime? Because chances are, if it has 500 hours of playtime, it's not going to be fun for 500 hours. It's going to be fun for maybe the first 40 hours, and then just grindy from then on out. That's why I keep playing E2EE, because it's non-linear. Yeah, I think very few mod packs do it well, but from what I've seen of E2E Extended, it definitely does do it quite well. And has many routes and shortcuts. Yes, there's actual room for efficiencies to be made. Whereas a lot of packs, it's just like, oh, you have to do this, and you have to do it in this way. You have the choice of what pipe you use to automate this machine, but you still have to automate the machine regardless. There's no other way to get past it. Talking about Neurotic Goose, and some are talking of Hobble. Looks like no recommendations are personalised. I haven't heard of Hobble, I'll maybe need to check their stuff out. I've heard the same thing about long video games in general. Why do you want it to be 500 hours long if it's 497 hours of time wasting bullshit? Yeah, that's the question. I don't know how many of you are in the Minecraft pack development Discord server, but that is... there's quite common sentiment in that of people wanting their pack to be a certain amount of time of playtime, and I just don't see why you need the time to be long. Like, just make a good experience. Just make something that's fun to play for yourself and hope that other people enjoy playing it. Hobble is not so much challenge runs, they just complete a whole mod pack in a single video. Oh, I have seen their videos then, yeah. I just forgot their name for a second. That's why gacha games were successful. I don't know who that is either, or what that is. It'll die with the squirrel. Something that I enjoyed so much was Compact Claustrophobia. I haven't played Compact Claustrophobia, but I have played Breakout, which is a very similar pack, where you start in like a 3x3 space and have to progress. And I really enjoyed that pack, so I can see why something like Compact Claustrophobia works. Another 3 hooks. How many is that in total? 10 hooks. Wow. Right, I'm going to take a quick break to get some water, and I'll be back in a second. See you guys soon. And I am back. Let's get this helmet. Oh, maybe from this guy actually. Imagine I actually get it. Unlucky. Let's catch up on the messages. I attempted Project Sacrifice. It wasn't for a friend of mine motivating me. I wouldn't have completed it, let alone 100% it. Another black slime banner. I think that's the third one, yeah. Playing Vault Hunters right now, this experience is pretty different from most mod packs. Yeah, it definitely is different, I must say. I haven't played it myself, but I know the concept. I also have heard it's quite grindy to actually get into the different mods, so I don't know if I would do it. Which can't be said for those 400 packs where you get auto crafting 200 hours in. Yeah, if you're gonna get auto crafting, you may as well get it early. Like if that's what the gameplay loop for the end game is gonna be, you may as well start them off with that quite early on, in my opinion. I think you should get the core gameplay loop into your game as early as possible. If it takes like 50 hours to get to the core gameplay loop, then you're going to annoy the people that enjoyed those first 50 hours, and you're going to lose the people who didn't, who might have enjoyed the next 50 hours of content. I'll take the wand of sparking. I don't know if I'll be able to fire it through this, but it may be useful at some point. 5% chance for helmet drop, apparently. Yes. I think my thing with mod packs and time is that, like, when you think about vanilla Minecraft, it doesn't have more than like 10 hours of progression, but people play it for hundreds of hours. Terraria has maybe like 40 hours of progression for your first playthrough, but people play it for hundreds and thousands of hours. Like, you don't need your progression to be 400 hours long for people to play your pack for 400 hours. And in fact, if your pack is 400 hours long of progression, all you're doing is ensuring that they're not going to play it for a minute more than 400 hours. Because if they've spent that long working towards a final goal, they've not been thinking about all the extrinsic things that they could be doing. They're only thinking about the intrinsic goal of getting to that final goal. I'm maybe using extrinsic and intrinsic wrongly there, but you know what I mean. I think actually making some goals for players that aren't progression related is what will get good playtime for your mod pack. Or for your game, depending on what you're making. Oh, there's quite a few of them there. Let's get the rally out, because that's better at crowd control. Do you know what the best rogue weapon is for Infernum Yaren? I am not entirely sure, to be honest. I have not played rogue that often against Yaren. I can't even remember what I used in the daggers only playthrough. But I don't think the daggers only playthrough is that hard for Yaren, so maybe whatever I used in that will be good enough for you. $200 cave bats, that's quite a few of them, I must say. And he's off the map. Nothing interesting there, unfortunate. I love this channel called Anti-Axolotl that does playthroughs of older packs. I think I've seen some of their videos, yeah. Oh, I've run out of time on my squire staff. That out. See if I can hit them with this actually. Oh, I can. If I get it just right. Did I just see silver ore? I might have just seen silver ore drop. Let me check. No. Silver coin I must have seen. Let's get the rally as my secondary weapon. A friend of mine is like that and mostly focused on clearing the quests. Careful when aiming. Which had me clean after him and stop him from cluttering everything with temporary builds throughout the entire game. Yeah, that's the thing, is especially if you're going to have pack where you need to upgrade your loadouts throughout the playthrough, all that's going to do is lead to people making temporary builds. They're not going to think anything's permanent. They're not going to spend time building this ore factory if they know that they're going to have to tear it down in 2 ages when they get the mechanism unlocked. Only done E2E, official project Ozone 3 and doing Divine Journey now. Well, if you enjoyed E2E, like Trashbox is saying, I would recommend E2E Extended, because it is just an extended and refined version of E2E. It's got some extra content and a lot of different recipes and things like that. Although I do struggle to play older versions of Minecraft now. I mean, the nether textures are just awful. And the different mods that you get on newer versions as well. Things like Iris and Oculus being so good for shaders compared to, what is it, Optifine. Okay, Bone Sword is nice, ignores 50% of enemy defense. Again, I don't know how useful that will be, considering I don't have good health, so I can't really get up in enemies' faces. What's the plan? Are you mining ores from slimes and then? Yes. If I get more ores from slimes, that'll be nice, but realistically, the next best thing would be getting a mining helmet, because I currently have the 2 other sets for the mining gear. All I need is the mining helmet, and I'll be in a very good position. Alright, let's just leave that down there. So I can get more things spawning at the same time that I'm taking it down. Fun fact, if you remember Peter in Yardis chat, I was in the server mining for about 7 hours total and like 500,000 blocks. Wait, are you Peter? Were you Peter all along? Let's put these coins in here. Yeah, you missed me getting 13 platinum ore, I think. I was. Very funny. Are you still Peter? That's a question. Do we know Bone Reaper's real name? I've had you on in the back for the whole time. Oh, okay, fair enough. Surprised you've not got Yardis if you've been playing on the Yardis server. Although I suppose he was going for 8 hours before me, so you know, you gotta give me a try at some point. He can't be that entertaining that you're gonna watch 8 full hours. No, the story of 2 Peters is over now. Damn. It was just getting to the good bit. I did reveal it finally and it was funny. Yeah, I was wondering why you weren't so active in the chat, because usually you'd be a lot more active in the stream chat, but I guess that's because you were busy mining. Yardis has now wasted multiple hours of your life mining ores. Not just ores, mining blocks in the world. Oh, I had this entire thing going. What was the entire thing? Yardis went insane 9 hours in. Is he still going? Or is he finished? I feel like Yardis went insane about half an hour in when I told him it would take 312 hours. And that wasn't even half an hour into mining, that was just half an hour into the stream. He'd only been mining for like 5 minutes at that point. He had definitely not done the math on how long it was going to take. I had a full alibi for it too. Oh yeah, because you're trying to get your game working or something. Or did you get that fixed after last night, actually? Still mining. I'm not surprised. He's probably going to be going in about 20 hours still. He was saying he should raid me. I'm going to end up raiding him at the end of the stream. Interesting, I don't think down there. I'm actually getting mobs so much faster now, it is very nice. I had to fully reset the game, so I lost 117 hours of progress. Ooh, that is painful. Is it not saved in like a file on your system? It's just the game itself stores it. I did gardening yesterday, so I took a pic of it and sent it to him midstream. Oh yeah, I remember you talking about the gardening. Ooh, that's something. What is that? Was that coins or ore? Mining helmet? When did that drop? That's big. Okay. So, let's zoom in for the tech. I have a full set of mining armor. I have 1 iron ore in my inventory. I place the iron ore down. I mine it. I place it down. I mine it. I place it down. I mine it. 2 iron ore. I place them down, I mine them. Place them down, I mine them. 3 iron ore. Calamity adds a set bonus to mining armor, where it sometimes gives an additional ore. And thanks to the fact that I'm getting slimes to drop ore, that is now my best method of getting blocks. So I now no longer have to fight slimes for 5 hours to get blocks. I can just mine ores and get more ores. I don't know if it's worth using platinum for this or if it's just worth using tin because it'll be the quickest to mine. But this is basically going to be the next few hours. I don't know why I've still got my axe in my inventory because that is actually useless for now. Let's keep the gold helmet there. Now do you get to mine ores for 5 hours instead? Exactly what I get to do. Let's head to the surface because I may as well use this to get to one of the oceans. It's going to take a while to get there, but I may as well. In fact, yeah, I can probably do this in a better way if I do it with more blocks. So yeah, I may as well get more blocks and then use them. Sieving be like, yeah, this is the ex nihilo of Terraria. Okay, let's mine out these. Place our scroll over here, and then I can place these down. Mine them all. Actually, let's place our iron ore down just so I don't accidentally go off the side. So now I've got 12 tin ore, which is nice because I started out with 7. But this is basically it. This is how I get to King Slime. This is how I get a big enough arena for King Slime, should I say. Is just doing this for... hopefully around half an hour will get me a good amount to get more stuff, and then I'll have to do another grind of this at some point as well. But I'm very glad that I managed to get that in this stream. How much did you need at least for King Slime? I feel like it was around 1,000 at some point, maybe? Or it was around 1,500? I can't remember. But the more the better, I guess. What happens if you don't get the solidifier for King Slime? It's a 100% drop, so I'll definitely get it. Does it only work on tin, or can you mine platinum instead? I can mine platinum, but it's slower, I'm pretty sure. Although, with my current mining speed, it's maybe not slower enough. I can maybe go platinum, because platinum will be more useful later on. Surely use some tin to expand the tin platform. Well, that's the thing, is I can make such a big platform now that I would get so many more mobs than I was getting previously. Yeah, let's get platinum in this slot. With the mining, armor speed boost seems about the same. Yeah, I can't tell if it's an extra click or if it's the same per. In fact, the most useful were, yes. And I think ore armors are actually going to be the best armor sets I can get pre-hard mode. I could technically get the ninja armor if I wanted to go movement speed, but even that I think might be trumped by platinum armor. Why not stack it too high? I think it would just take longer to place because I would have to go up and down, you know, as opposed to just walking to the side. Does the duping also work with replacing blocks? Because then that will probably be faster than placing and breaking blocks. Ah! If I place a bunch of... yeah, let's get this iron up. Because I'd rather do iron than tin, because tin is actually useless. But you're saying if I place the platinum... so I've got 28 platinum and 11 iron. Well, I suppose I need to... yeah, so 8 iron, was it? 11 iron. Yeah, let's just see if I get more iron from this. Still 11. Still 11. I don't think it's working, to be honest. No, I don't think block replace works. Yeah, definitely doesn't work. Which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. What I could do, I guess, is use the rope, but then I'm not going to have any way for you guys to see. Although what I could do now is place blocks like that. And then I'm wondering if I place up. And then all I have to do is, if I didn't fall off, that's annoying. It dealt exactly 100 damage as well. First death of the playthrough. That's a shame, would have sped it up quite a bit. It definitely would have. Okay, and now I should be able to do this. First death, yes. Oh, and now I actually have enemies spawning there as well. I've gone from wanting enemies to then enemies being an issue. Okay, I'm actually going to need headstones and tombstones, so I'm not that mad about it. Okay, if I go up less high than that, I'm not even going to be able to break through that because of the iron ore there. Okay, say I go up to there and then do that. Yeah, that's the downside to going up. Yeah, I just have to go up less far. Okay, let's make sure I place on that block. Why platinum? You will need more iron than platinum for sure. That's true. I may get enough platinum for like a full set of armor and then go with iron. I suppose what I could do also is like do a couple of blocks over and then I know where to stop. Yeah, I do need to do both platinum and iron anyway. Let's place 3 blocks so I know I can actually go there. Doesn't matter what he starts with, does it? Not necessarily, no. Although I will technically need a lot more iron. I'll maybe use iron as my actual building block, whereas platinum will be used for other things. Although currently I won't be able to use it for anything useful, it's just going to be building blocks, so maybe I do just stick to iron for now. By the time I'm able to get platinum, it won't be that hard to get more of it, so... Although considering it is just building blocks, tin would be about as useful as the rest. What if you take time to farm lead ore from slimes? Lead would be useful for armor, that's true. The knockback immunity would be nice. Wait, you can smelt it already due to the Hellforge, I forgot. I can smelt it, but without the anvil I can't do much with it. I don't think I can do anything with it, really. If only you can make housing out of ore blocks. Yeah, yeah. If you start with an anvil, you technically can, I'm pretty sure. There is a way to make housing with ores and bars. I wonder if the set bonus works with Vein Miner. I'm not sure, but I wouldn't use it anyway, even if it did. Kind of defeats the purpose of a very grindy method like this. It should technically be more grindy than it is, because there's supposed to be like a 3 to 6 second time limit for duplicating ores, but thankfully that doesn't work for some reason. How would you get the crafting table in this world? I will get it by killing King Slime and using the solidifier to make housing and a workbench. King Slime is the thing that unlocks so many other things in this playthrough. Ore excavator would be dangerous on this run, when everything is made out of ores as well. Very, very dangerous. I wonder if it's worth actually collecting all this up, going all the way down to hell, placing a big amount of things. Obviously I'm not going to break the one the chest is on, which means I'll add a bat banner in case a bat spawns on the way down. Can't you use mining potion to speed the mining up? I could, yeah, but you can't get Rusty Beacon prototype anytime soon. That is a pity, yeah. It's a torch. I hope I've got enough rope to get to hell. Maybe use your Hellforge to make a platinum pickaxe for faster mining. Unfortunately, I can't actually get a platinum pickaxe because I've got no anvil. Yeah. Right, I don't want to use all my ore on this. Not my ore, my thing. I've now got the glow effect actually, so I don't know if I need to do this. Yeah, I don't really need to do this. This is just more spots that enemies can spawn on. Because the mining helmet is giving me a glow anyway. Okay, that's everything. So got the first little pit stop there. I don't know if it's actually worth zooming out at all because I'm not going to see anything else. Okay, I'm close to the... I'm very close to hell. Slash, technically in hell. yeah, let's get another mining, another skeleton merchant to spawn. We should be very, very, very quick now. Do you think this would be possible if the one block was an auric repulsor panel? Probably not. And if it was, I wouldn't want to play it. This is probably enough, to be honest. I think I'll actually get less rates like this than I would if it has the gaps, because then there's more spawn blocks above that it'll scan down to. I think this should drastically increase my rates. And you know, I'm going to be mining and placing blocks a lot anyway, so even if it doesn't harm to mine and place more blocks. Also, a bone pickaxe would be quite nice from another undead miner. From the little ore box you had at the start of the stream to now a somewhat decent spawn platform. Yeah, it could be more decent, I'm just too lazy to actually place down more. Oh, compass. Very nice. Let's awaken her as well so I can just shoot at her from above. We got an actual farm. We did indeed, yeah. Just horizontal position. Let's favorite that and put it up in the corner. Oh, an undead miner. That could be useful. No, no bone pickaxe. I do wonder if I want to put a block down below just in case any... Although more ores don't help at this point. At least not much. I mean, having other ores to farm would be good. But realistically, yeah, they wouldn't help much now. All it took was a little RNG for progression to ramp up, pick up pace, yes. Much faster than what it was a few minutes ago. Rude. Yeah, let's get a block placed here so that things don't get lost to the void. Also, Abigail would help a great deal, no? Or does she need dirt too? I think she needs specifically grass, actually. So I do think she's impossible to get until post-Moonlord. Would Skeleton Merchant be very helpful in this run? That's what I'm currently trying to get. It's the Skeleton Merchant. So I can get more rope, which I should have bought last time. I should have just bought like a full stack of rope. Oh, there he is. Don't die to the thing. No, 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 no. Yeah. Send it the other way. Yeah, let's break in here and protect. There we go. after I get precise. I think I've already got lucky, so I may as well sell that. Giant shell, sell that. Intrepid, sell that. Red husk is only useful for dye, right? Sell that. Okay, and then a bunch of rope. I may as well get that amount. It's going to be so useful that there's no harm in getting that amount, really. Okay, let's keep the 10 ore in this chest. Let's sell some more things to this guy. I'll keep guarding because that could be useful. Already got a metal detector in my inventory, so I don't need these ones. 5, 14, 2, 5, 5, 15. Okay, yeah, they're technically side grades to each other, so let's sell what I've got there. Shackle, I've got a better one. Okay, I think we're in a good position now. Yeah, let's put the 10 ore, so we've always got a backup. And then let's head down to the underworld. Workbench is so far away. No, it is quite far away, yeah. Okay, so I think what I want to do is, so I'm standing here, I should be able to, I think if I build it like that, enemies should be able to spawn. Let me check if enemies can spawn. Let's hope that it's just a very harmless lava slime that does spawn. If I test it, I do have 2 gold on me technically, which isn't nothing. This might need to be another block up for things to spawn. Let's try a block up. Pre-King Slime is a funny term. Yeah, that's the next major progression point is King Slime. Pre-second block was the worst, yes. Now that we've got second, third, fourth and fifth block, we're doing a lot better. Technically got infinite blocks now, just gated by mining. You should have a box for yourself too so you aren't shocked. I will break this off and have it completely encased at some point. I just want to check that I can get spawns first. Because I don't know what layer to have it at. But it needs to be like 64, right? Oh no, it's 64 sideways. This should hopefully work. Because the lowest possible point that I can get enemies is where I want it. With the newly acquired mining set, I think Post Miller tomorrow is reasonable. Could be. In fact, can I mine this bottom? Oh, I can, yeah. Thought I may have too small range to do that, but that works. Okay. I'm gonna die to this lava bat. Or not. Oh, that's interesting. I could technically drop an item that would be really good, so I might see if I can box myself in. If I break that block and that block, and then place like another few like that, it should hopefully be safe. This is not how I anticipated I'd be taking these out. I thought I was going to be down at the bottom and they would be up here. But this may actually be better. Yeah, this is maybe better, all things considered. Because anything that drops will just drop onto the blocks below rather than into the void. I probably do want to have a bridge across the entire world at some point. Guess I may as well start now. Are you going for Blade Crest now? Yes. Blade Crest would be nice. I'm just hoping that I can't get hit through this block. What I could do is just actually farm blocks while I do this as well. Although not if there's going to be lava bats and that guy. Yeah, that's an issue. No one block holes below you, the demons can hit you. Okay, good to know. Like I say, we still need gravestones anyway, so none of this is an issue necessarily. Altar crafting possibility on this run? No, not that I can think of. So, I think I want to expand the platform a bit, but I don't really have the blocks to do that. So what I might just do is expand up here until I get enough blocks. Oh, is that a bone serpent already? That's nice. So that can drop another very useful item as well. Okay, I kind of want to make sure I fill these gaps before I take on that lava bat. Break this block. Should hopefully be able to get my yo-yo out. There we go. Once I get Blade Crest, it should be much easier to get more enemies down here because that weapon is so much better than what I've got at the moment. A larger box for you and then just a hole down the corners for the yo-yo. Yeah. I think we can still get in there actually, so I maybe want to keep that blocked off. But I think this works well enough with the yo-yo. Could technically accidentally spawn the wall of flesh right now because the lava slimes can drop lava, and then if I'm killing voodoo demons up here, what's this box farming for? Currently we're hoping to get a Bladecrest Oath Sword. How was that? I was hitting that. Like I say, I still need gravestones, so this is the guide alive? No, it's not. Another reason I need housing, actually. Don't think the demonic bone ash is useful for literally anything. I could technically get that. And demon conch. I can make the demon conch. Can you get slag splitter ever? I don't think so, because you need the grass from the scorched biome to start with. There's no way to get that if you don't start with it. Oh, I can get this out if I just go to the edge. Oh yeah. Let's fix that up a little more then. Guess I may as well try and do iron ore while I'm in here. Can the swayvite not be duplicated? It can, but not until I get a pickaxe that can mine it. Oh, hurtful as well. That's a pretty good modifier to get. And now, farming should be so much easier. I can do this and just swish away at things. I'm still going to go until I get an Old Lord Claymore. But this thing is so useful. And if I can get the perfect reforge as well for it, that would be great. Codebreaker I'm not going to be able to get. Supreme Calamity is the final goal for this playthrough. But this goes through blocks, it does really good damage, it homes into enemies. This really is like the best item you could get for a skyblock like this at the early stage. Because you can be completely safe while just hitting enemies. Plus it'll destroy those fire projectiles from the fire imp. Which, if you limit the crate ores, then... yeah, if you limit the crate ores per mech, then 1 mech for swayvite. Yeah, I might do that, to be honest. I don't know how useful it would be to have anything earlier, so... getting a lot of guide voodoo dolls. The recipes aren't needed, to be honest. No, you do need the recipe unlocks to get the different tiers of the Codebreaker. 100% necessary. Let's go see what's on the platform below. Okay, I need to expand that a bit, actually. I need more blocks, more specifically platinum, I think. Because if I'm building it all out of platinum, I may as well build it all out of platinum, you know? It does feel like a bit of a flex to be able to build all this out of platinum. now that I've got the bone serpent, I might use this. I need a bigger platform so the bone serpent doesn't drop its enemies on the ground. Because I don't want to lose what the bone serpent drops. Let's place more platinum down here. And then go start farming more platinum while I wait for more things to spawn. Yeah, you. There. Place 2 blocks down on each corner of your box so that bats can't get out from under it. Corner of the box. Oh, yeah. I get what you mean. I'll do that just now. Once I get some more blocks, specifically platinum, of course. It would also be nice to get a demon scythe. That's higher DPS than what I've got currently. I don't really need the topaz staff just now or the rally. My only really useful weapons are the Squirrel Squire and the Blade Crest Oath Sword. Yeah, Old Lodge Claymore is going to be very useful in this run, because that's going to be the only mobility I'm going to have for quite a while. Okay, like that you mean for the bats. What are you farming for? It'd be nice to get the Forbidden Oath Blade, the Forbidden Oath Sword, something like that. Old Lord's Claymore, maybe it's called. Yeah, and also the Demon Scythe, because those are the two weapons that I would like to have before I get to King Slime. And after that, it's mainly just making a large enough arena for King Slime, which is basically going to be a tunnel just like this. But very, very long. Old Lord's Claymore, that's it. Oh, didn't see that there, I was looking at chat. I was enjoying watching a Terraria challenge run recently. It was by a channel called Frostburn. I had watched most of the video before realising they were using AI to voice their videos. Do they use AI for their videos? I didn't realise that. I have also enjoyed those videos. Are you sure that it's AI? If so, that's kind of cringe. Yep, they changed it after a couple of their videos. Oh, okay, so maybe the ones that I've seen didn't use AI. Oh, let's get rid of that guy. Another grave death, another gravestone to the collection. Yes, 20 I'll need for a full graveyard, I'm pretty sure someone was saying. Yeah, look at the rate that I'm getting ores now. That is insane. He's not using an AI voice, it's just the way he speaks, lol. Yeah, I kind of thought that, but... the annoying thing about AI is that it's getting so good that it's hard to tell sometimes. AI voice isn't bad. I am not a fan of AI in general. It has its uses, like I think the protein folding stuff is really interesting. But generally, not a big fan of AI. I think when it comes to creative stuff, it's going to do more harm than good. Okay, let's extend the platform a bit for bone serpents, because they need blocks as well to be able to move along, so... Plus, the more blocks I've got, the more enemies can spawn. Ooh. Let's keep a few so I can extend this a bit, actually. Good thing I got these healing potions earlier. Okay, so yeah, it was their first few videos. That's fine. I've not actually seen those. I've only seen the more later ones. Oh, and my squirrel is gone. There's a pretty good chance the bone serpents might fall directly out of the world if they spawn that low. Yeah, that's true. If they've not got enough blocks to actually go through. May need to keep grinding now, then go a few layers on the bottom and move the box. Yes, yeah. Okay, there's a bone serpent somewhere. Okay, can we kill it in time? Is it going to go down and knock him back up? Okay, it seems to be staying up for the most part. Don't take what I'm saying out of context. I'm only dealing 1 damage though. It's got a lot of defense. risk going down a bit. I've only got one enemy nearby, so if I go down here, will I get more hits? Obsidian rose, that's kind of nice, and the ashen stalactite. Do I need to be high enough for it to leap up? Is that it? Okay, I'm gonna save another hit before it gets up here. Oh, brilliant. First one as well. So this is one of the best items in the run because I can hit like this and it does decent damage. But the great thing is if I hold right click, I can charge it up and then do that and it spawns homing stars. So this is like the best form of movement for the early game. And if I dash through enemies, I don't take damage as long as I've got enough iframes. I could even do it with lava flies, I guess. Wow, I've actually made so much progress today. Oh, that was flawless. Oh, brilliant as well. I don't know how useful that's going to be because it's reasonably short range as well. But that was what I needed bone serpents for. Now that I've got that, I don't think it can go through blocks. No, the stars can't go through blocks, but the attack can. Interesting. Wow, I've made more progress today than I really thought I was going to make. I thought I was going to be lucky to get some more ore today, never mind a full mining set, a Blade Crest Oath Sword, an Old Lord Claymore, an Obsidian Rose. Wasn't really needing that, but it's a nice thing to have, I guess. Stalactite is better than Blade Crest when you can shoot directly down. I didn't actually test it against King Slime. It might be decent for that as well, to be honest. I doubt it would deal more damage than the, what do you call it? The Demon Scythe. Demon Scythe is the only other thing I can really get from Hell other than a better reforge on some of these. But I'd rather get more blocks in a safe way than get a better reforge in terms of getting ready for King Slime. It doesn't go through blocks. It's fine that it doesn't go through blocks. Blade Crest Oath Sword also inflicts burning. Oh, nice. I don't need the magma stone then, which I thought I might need. Oh no. Should have had the obsidian rose on. Okay, I'm going to take a quick break actually, go to the toilet, and I'll see you guys in a minute. Right, I am back. Yes, big progression milestones are definitely being made today. I don't really need that. What can I use it for? I suppose it can get combined with stuff eventually to the TerraSpark boots. But I'm not going to be able to get TerraSpark boots until a lot later anyway, because the Anklet of the Wind requires jungle. Let's get our gravestone. Ooh. Kill you, kill you. Another Ashes Stalactite, I could sell that a little later. May as well. Is it worth extending this? Yeah, I need the Demon Scythe still. Okay, the lava bats are still an issue. That far. Close up, if you don't need the homing or behind blocks, then Ashen is better. Interesting. I may have to reevaluate my plan for King Slime then. Because originally I was going to use the Demon Scythe with the Blade Crest for when I don't have mana. But I might use the Demon Scythe and the Ashen Stalactite when I don't have mana. Because range shouldn't really be as big of an issue in that. Like, I think that'll be long enough. I mean, for farming this, the range is super ass on it. Oh. Let's see if we can get a Demon Scythe from these guys. Nope, no Demon Scythe yet. That will be all I need from hell, really, which is kind of crazy to think about. One of like the 3 biomes I currently have access to, I'm almost done with. Do you have a beard? I need to know. I do, yeah. And without it, I look about 12. Nothing there. Without a beard, I go from looking like 35 to 15. Yeah, I'm kind of the same. It's one of those things that just instantly ages you, but in a good way, if you would otherwise look 15, I guess. You can't see it, I'm afraid, no. I'll maybe do a face reveal at some point, but it is not currently planned. All I get is a non-stash, it sucks. Yeah, don't do that then. Sometimes no beard is better than a bad one. Love the all enchantment video. May I ask what difficulty this is on? This is on expert death, which is the first time I played death mode, so I'm kind of interested to see how it goes. It should be easier boss-wise than the low percent run that I did, because I'll have more options, except for King Slime. I'm going to have very, very limited options for King Slime. In fact, this is one of the 2 weapons I'll be using against King Slime, and realistically, my accessories aren't going to improve that much between now and King Slime. I've thankfully got the Ancient Gold helmet already, which is, I think, the best option for that. And then, honestly, the mining shirt and pants might be the best armor for that set as well. I hate the fact that Auric Tessera requires a flying carpet. Even if it didn't, I still wouldn't be able to get it in this because there's this dungeon. What is it? The Ruinous Souls from the dungeon that you need for the Blood Flare armor. Face reveals don't really do anything for a channel aside from just the actual moment you reveal it. You don't really get a boost in the future and just lose privacy. Yeah, it wouldn't be a face reveal for the sake of doing a face reveal. It would be if I wanted to do streams with a face cam or something. But I don't know if it would actually be worth doing that. I don't know if any other enemies can spawn until these guys are dead, so let's do that, I guess. $12 coins already. Doing decent on the money. By the time NPCs show up, I should be quite alright to buy a lot of things, I imagine. And realistically, they're not going to have that much to buy because these weapons are already going to be better than most things I could get from NPCs. They don't really drop any or sell any accessories, so don't know what they'll unlock realistically. No dungeon, yes. No dungeon indeed. Oh, Hellbat banner. Very nice. Should speed things up a bit. Although as soon as I place it down, it seems they are refusing to spawn, so that's kind of fun. Have to go have a good one. Well, thank you for stopping by. I hope you have a good one as well. Paint gun would be the only one that would be usable in comparison if you even had access. I think I will have access after I get NPCs, obviously. I think technically I can get enough NPCs for the painter to spawn. And potentially enough for the party girl. So the Poké Stick would be kind of nice to get. Okay, I think I'll keep farming platinum until I get the demon scythe, and then I'll start farming iron. But I think this is a good way of doing it, having like a roof over you instead of mining the bottom, because it means you're less likely to fall off. I can also have enemies spawning off screen, I guess, like I'm doing here, but down in the caverns. Or up in the caverns, should I say. That way I get access to more ores. I potentially get a bone pickaxe, which would speed up mining at least a little bit. Although, honestly, not too much. Speed boost would be negligent, realistically. Try to find a good way to actually get these to hit. Oh, another Bladecrest Oath Sword. No reforge though, so... What is the chance of getting a Demon Scythe? Is it like 14%, I thought, no? Or is it 1 in 43 maybe? It may be 1 in 43 that I'm thinking of. Have you ever tried a medium core playthrough? It can get more frustrating than hardcore sometimes. I have done a medium core playthrough, but only in a Skyblock, which was an interesting combination. It was a Skyblock map of my own creation where medium core was required to progress because you needed to shimmer your starting tools and then use those blocks from them to get started. But in order to get enough blocks to do much with, you needed to like jump off and get more starter tools, because in medium core if you die you respawn with starter tools. Scythe is 1 in 35, okay. Not too bad odds, considering the amount of enemies we're getting. I wouldn't be surprised if we got a lava banner soon, a lava slime banner. I thought I would have had one already, to be honest. I feel like I've killed quite a lot of them. Well, it's possible they're all falling off the edge before I actually kill them. They're like getting to the edge with 1 health and then dying. Dying to the void. I have my gear for Exomix, so wish me luck. Good luck. You have this. Easy. It's going to be easy, basically. In fact, the best chest piece that I can get... Oh no, I was thinking I could get a chest piece from the wizard, but I can't. From Tim. It's just a helmet I can get from Tim. And I think it's just as good as... Oh, a broken one. That's not any good. Just as good as the ancient gold helmet in terms of damage, but it's just magic specific. There's not, there wouldn't be any point in using that. How did you get so much platinum ore? Yeah, Calamity makes it so that the miner set gives a chance to make additional ore when you mine it. So it's kind of like duplicating ore, but it's a legitimate way because it's a set bonus. Oh, was that the bat? I wasn't expecting to get that from a hell bat, to be honest. Another Ashton stalactite. Ooh. Do not jump into the lava. Let's wait for that to pass. It's just a normal one. Yeah, no reforge. Get some of the... Oh, this isn't good. This isn't good at all. Ah, I'm good. Yeah, I'll be back in a second. Sorry about that, I was getting a call. Back now though. At least you'll be set on Wall of Flesh attempts. That is true. You're gonna have plenty of attempts at that. I keep seeing demonic and think that that's a reforged, but it's just the demonic bone ash. I'm like, oh, is that a demonic demon scythe? That's nice. But no, it's demonic bone ash. I don't need a good reforge on my bone ash, thank you very much. Godly bone ash, yes. I mean, how many items are there in the game that aren't weapons that start with a modifier? So I feel like it does happen with a few weapons where it's like a lucky horseshoe balloon. But other than that, I don't know what there is. I guess the arcane crystal. But you see that so few times in a playthrough that you're never going to be mistaking it for an arcane version of a crystal, you know? No one's thinking that that's a reforge, essentially. Too many NPCs taking up the spawn cap. Gotta get rid of them. Broken Hero Sword is an item that starts with the Reforge word. That is true. And it does sound like it's a sword that has a broken modifier. Like, you get that in a new playthrough and you'd probably be quite confused as to why you can't use it. Thinking it's bugged or something. Well, I feel like it's lagging a bit sometimes. More demonic bone ash that I can't use for anything. Other than a pet slightly later on. May as well use my rage for the slimes down there. How long do you plan on going for today? I'm probably going to be finishing up soon, in the next 20 minutes or so. I ain't built like Yardis. I go a few hours and then suddenly my voice starts going, my brain is mush. I'm not able to string sentences together anymore. Not that I could really string sentences together in the first place, but, you know. That's about when Yardis swap streams then. Yes, yeah. Because he's going for longer than YouTube would usually allow you to stream and still get the VOD. Which I feel like is trying to tell you to stop. I feel like there's a reason why it can't record for longer than 10 hours, and you should maybe listen to that. Maybe swap to farming iron now. I was going to keep going until I got a demon scythe, and then swap to iron. But it may be worth swapping sooner. Because I feel like I may as well build out of platinum for the permanent builds, because it looks the nicest, and it makes me seem rich. And then for the tunnel that I'm going to use for King Slime, I'll maybe use iron because I can always mine it up later and then use it for making stuff. We will see if I can beat Exomex before you end stream. Well, good luck. I think you got it. What are you using for a weapon? It's arbitrary to stop at 12 since you can keep going, it just won't save. Yeah, but I feel like it not saving is YouTube trying to say like maybe don't stream for this long. Probably because of the impact it has on their servers and they'd rather you didn't have a video that's that long, and also they're probably less likely to get views the longer you stream, I guess. Oh, superior. I will take that. Didn't mean to break that one. Let's see if we can kill the bone serpent. Almost called it a bone reaper for a second. Like, no, don't want to kill that guy. He helps. I think he's despawned. Why are you just mining and placing platinum? Because when I mine it and place it, I get more of it. Because the set effect or the mining armor gives a chance of duplicating ores when you mine them. Which is meant in a normal world to like allow you to get more ores when you're mining. But in this, it's essentially the only way I can get blocks in the early game. That's the second best probably, unless demonic is better. I think you can get godly on it. I'm not 100% sure. But I do think you can get godly. Okay, Demon Banner should speed up a little at least. We're past the 1 in 35 chance that we should get it, at least for sure. We obviously passed it about 15 ago, but I didn't know that at the time because I didn't have a banner yet. It'd be nice to just get a banner for everything, to be honest. At least for everything down here, so then when I'm coming down the rope, I don't have to worry about enemies just dealing a crazy amount of damage to me. Although really anything at this point is a crazy amount of damage considering I've got 100 health and 13 defense. Come on, Demon Scythe, Demon Scythe, Demon Scythe. No Demon Scythe. Am I getting reforged on these? No. I didn't think we could get reforges, because I know that they're unstackable in vanilla. But it's nice that they're stackable in Calamity. Thing is, I could technically do it with the Bladecrest Oath Sword. It's just less certain whether I can actually do it before King Slime kills me. I would need a very well-timed adrenaline to do that. Whereas thanks to the fact that the Demon Scythe does more damage, I'm able to do a cycle of the Demon Scythe, run out of mana, do a cycle of the Bladecrest Oath Sword while my mana regens, and then I'm able to hit it with the Demon Scythe again, and it does die usually if I use Adrenaline there. Because with the tunnel strategy, once King Slime gets small enough, he can teleport through the tunnel and still get to the player. because you're kind of relying on the blocks above to stop him from being able to move very quickly. And if he can move quickly when he's small enough, he can still damage the player. Which is kind of a combination of him moving faster and the fact that he's smaller. If either one of those facts wasn't true, it would be a bit easier. So surprised that I haven't got a lava banner yet. A lava slime banner, should I say. I think I must have killed near enough 50 at this point. The reason none of them are dying now is because I've not got my squirrel out. I forgot about that. Why are you breaking and replacing blocks over and over again? I don't understand. That is to get more of them, because when I have the full set of mining armor equipped with Calamity, each ore has a chance to double when you mine it. So I now have 327. If I place these down and mine them again, I should probably have more than 327. Yes, 332. So that got me an extra 5 ores there, and that's basically what I'm going to be doing for the next few hours of gameplay. Not in this stream. We're going to end the stream up quite soon, but yeah, that's progression for a while. I've actually made a lot of progress today, which you wouldn't expect from what you can see, but realistically it is a lot. I could have very easily been still farming slimes with 3 blocks of valid spawn locations at this point. That 13 platinum slime was a real godsend. Like, if I didn't get that this could have been going very differently at this point. I could check the kill count in the best rate, or I could just die. Have you beaten any bosses yet? No, I have not. My first boss is going to be King Slime, and I can't really fight him until I have enough blocks to make a big tunnel so that he can't fight me. The strategy is essentially to trap him and kill him. Another tombstone to add to the collection. Judging off how the XMX are going right now, I think I'm going to beat them before the stream ends. Well, I hope you do. I think you got it. Exomix is one of those fights that is incredibly hard until you learn it, and then it's not too bad. Oh, you don't think you're gonna... Oh, I misread that message. I thought you said you did think you were gonna do it. Another 50 hellbats before 50 slimes. Interesting. And Yardis has just switched over to his second stream, I can see. Let's get that... Let's not die to this guy first. Grab that fallen star. Because actually getting extra mana is going to be almost a requirement for the King Slime boss fight as well, since I will be relying on the demon scythe so much. I was going to check the bestiary to see how many lava slimes I'd killed. I've killed 212. Why have I not got any banners? What? This game's bugged. Is it because they're special ones added by Calamity and they're not proper lava slimes or something? That's some bullshit. Oh, I just missed the mining with that. The difficulty is expert death. So quite difficult if I must say so myself. Which is why everything is killing me in pretty much one shot. That and the fact that I'm in hell with 100 health. Oh, you don't have the dragon fruit, that'll help a lot. As much as 25 HP sounds small, it's the difference between dying sometimes and surviving. Especially because the more health you've got, the quicker you regen as well. So even when you're not on that last 25 life, you still get a benefit as long as you're losing some health, because you regen it quicker. Which is why my regen currently is awful. I basically don't regenerate health now. If I get hit, it's going to take quite a long time to start regenerating health, and then once I do start, it's going to regenerate very slowly. Post 1 mech, you have really good gear as you get wings from there for harpy wings at the anvil and or dev wings from bags. Yes. I could technically get wings before the mechs from the aquatic scourge, and I think I could technically get them in pre-hard mode. I don't know if that's a thing I want to do just to flex. I'll see how I'm feeling at the time. Because my best weapons will kind of be what I've got at the moment, I guess. Demon Scythe can probably do quite well against Aquatic Scourge though, I imagine. It would take so long to farm for Aquatic Scourge kills. True. Ruthless. I'll grab that, but I don't know if it's going to be any better than what I've got. I imagine not. 18% damage versus 12% damage, 3% crit. It technically is better. Got less knockback, but realistically knockback doesn't matter that much for this. Although it's just 1 extra damage compared to 3% extra crit. Yeah, probably is better to use the superior one. What is the main objective of the challenge? Killing all bosses. The main objective is killing Supreme Calamitas. I won't be able to kill all of the bosses. In fact, there's quite a few I won't be able to kill, mainly from pre-hard mode and then anything that requires a dungeon or a jungle temple. Knockback is useless, really. Yeah, it's just whether that 1 extra damage is worth the 3% crit chance loss. Why is that? Why is it now using knockback to get it towards me? Maybe knockback is more than useless. Maybe it's actively harmful. Hey, another star. I think I can now craft a mana crystal. Hey, that means once I get my demon scythe, I'll be able to use it for 3 seconds longer or something. Go on, this one's gonna drop the demon scythe. I can feel it. Maybe not. The next one. The next one is going to drop the demon scythe. You're starting to uselessly dupe blocks now. This iron is still better as it has uses after King Slime. Yeah, but I'm going to need building blocks forever, and realistically I'm not going to get better building blocks until I'm fishing, at which point I'll be able to get more iron from that anyway. Plan is getting the book, and then I'm going to want to get better gear for King Slime by getting more mobs at the caverns and trying to get a graveyard so that I can get a shark tooth necklace. And then after that, it's mainly just a matter of getting more blocks for making a King Slime arena. Well, I may not have to dupe it later because I'll be able to get it from fishing crates, and I should be getting so many iron ore from fishing crates that it really doesn't matter. Because as soon as I kill King Slime, I've kind of got access to anvils, crafting tables, and also fishing. Like, by the time I unlock it being able to use iron ore, I also unlock a plentiful supply of it. Technically it's like one NPC behind, but still. After one mech, you can actually get Flame Wings and Abaddon from Hell too. Oh, nice. Yeah, the main issue is going to be that first mech, I think. Although I could technically fight Aquatic Scourge and Leviathan and Anahita before that. Whether or not that's a good idea is another matter. I'm going to say no. That is melee stat boosting wings and a good DPS upgrade too. Yeah, Abaddon is pretty nice. Dashies might be an issue in this. I will get the counter scarf, but I don't know when I'm going to get a ram dash. That might be a post Moonlord thing. I will get the Trasher stacking golden fishing rod at some point, but I can't get any bait just now, so it's kind of useless right now. Once I'm able to get bait though, that will be the thing I do. I don't think there's any drops from the Sulphurous Sea that would be useful at this point. Another Ruthless Blade Crest Oath Sword. I'm getting a lot of them, considering the very small amount /0 of Demon Scythe. It's always the thing that you want that you're not getting. You will need to go for twins as the first mech, as no ram dash makes destroyer hell, not to mention no wings to go over it, and prime's just as hellish with even good mobility. I don't mind prime with limited mobility, to be honest. It's not too bad, I don't think. I'm just thinking I won't even really have any good mounts for mobility either. I also won't be able to make bundle of balloons because I won't have access to area light. Although I could make all the balloons separately for bundle of balloons and just use them stacked, which would be pretty good mobility at the cost of accessory slots. Although I don't know what I could actually put in the accessory slots that would be all that worth it. I'll be able to make the cobalt shield once I have access to hard mode. That'll be nice. And also I think technically the shell one, the tortoise shell, giant tortoise shell. Pretty sure that's possible to make. Yeah, I can get turtle shell from Nashers and then make that at an anvil. Have you fought Death Mode Prime after the last update, since low percent didn't have it and it's pretty hard with overlapping attacks that force you into other attacks? I haven't fought Death Mode Skeleton Prime at all, to be honest. Never mind after the last update. Because the low percent run was in Revengeance only. I left my PC running for 4 hours. How did I get here? Did it just start auto-playing? Or are you asking how I got here? Because that is a simultaneously long and short story. Then yeah, trust me, you don't want to go into it with bad mobility at all. It's with even decent mobility, it's the last phase. It's just bad enough it murders you. Yeah, I guess Prime is also the one that I want to get the most summons for, because there's no way to me getting Prime summons after I've killed Prime, whereas with the other two, I technically can farm them post Moonlord. I honestly maybe just skip Prime for quite a while. Blessing in disguise because I fuck with your content and one block. I'm glad to hear it. Good combination for you then. I'm wondering if I can actually go until I get the demon scythe because my throat is drying up. You should hydrate yourself now. I've been drinking a lot during the stream, to be fair. It's just one of those things that talking for so long dries out your mouth regardless. But yeah, I might actually go and collect what's there just now and then end the stream, to be honest, because I am dry-mouthed. I suppose I can just walk over here, that's fine. I could recall, but I kind of want to save them for situations where I really need to use them. Yeah, let's go empty my gold into my chest and then call it a day. Did a lot of good stuff in this stream. Full set of mining armor was huge, because look at the amount of blocks I have now. I started off this stream with 8 blocks in the world, 7 tin and 1 infernal swavite, and now look at it. Insane progress. And thank you all for being part of said progress. But for me, that is it. So go watch Yardis mine out an entire world. I don't know if I can actually raid Yardis, but just go watch Yardis. Enjoy. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.